Oh shit. Okay.
What an unbelievably crazy week on
Look at
Kick.
it, dude.
I was just talking about the
But like, if you look
French
on Twitter, you could probably
streamer
find the
Jean
original clip
Karbonov, who passed
where
away
you
in
see
sleep
everything.
on stream after a
Have you seen that,
marathon of
Seth?
abuse from some other
I think so.
streamers. And just now, I literally just finished streaming Resident Evil 6.
Yeah, he slams him,
And I
knocks
was
him out, and
taking
starts
a
and
little
then through like
tinkle.
30
Don't
punches at his face.
don't
got
freaking
sick
like,
of something that is so diabolical.
brother.
I had to hop back in the saddle and yap about it. It is incomprehensible.
Hold on. I'm gonna go on mute.
That yet another potential death was just streamed on Kick. I'm recording
Oh, of
this
course.
an hour after it happened.
Of course, bro. Of course, a potential death is streamed on
So,
Kick.
I guess by the time I post this, I'll know whether or not they passed away, but I'm gonna keep this part in here right now because it's up in the air. A Kick streamer, Raja Jackson, who is the son of Rampage Jackson and also a professional fighter, just went fucking ballistic on a wrestler during a wrestling event on stream. He picks the wrestler up, slams him on the mat, and then lays down 27 punches to the man's skull.
Okay, I'm not laughing because of the situation. Listen. It just reminds me. Okay, so as a kid, I went for wrestling tryouts, right? And I had a friend. Let's just call him Jack. That's not his actual name, but I had a friend named Jack, and I thought it was WWE wrestling, and me and my friend, I picked my friend up. He was like half my size, even as a kid, and I picked him up, lifted him above my head, and he started crying. He started straight crying, calling for the referees or the people, the referees and the people that are watching. Everybody's parents were there. The kids' parents were there. And the guy said, put him down. So I dropped him. On the mat. And he started bawling his eyes out. Absolutely bawling his eyes out. Because the mat was super thin and underneath it was concrete. So I literally picked him up, lifted him above my head, and freaking dropped my friend on basically cushioned concrete, bro. I thought it was WWE. Cap? No, I on God, on everything, bro, on everything. Y'all are saying cap, but literally, I'm not even trolling when I say this. My dad was there. He literally saw the whole thing. And bro, we drove home after that, and my dad was laughing his ass off. He was like, I don't think he could believe the fact that I actually did that. I was panicking. I was like worried. I was like, oh shit, I just hurt one of my friends. But it's fine because then afterwards, literally within a year, then he freaking turned into an asshole to me. So I mean, it's fine. It is what it is.
Which
but
were delivered while he was unconscious, and by the end of it, he is
story time over.
bleeding and bloodied. They couldn't wake him up. They said he was barely breathing, and someone even used the word flatlined. That
Oh,
he was
shit.
flatlined in the ring. This is not fake. This is not scripted.
That. Can I show this? Am I able to? Do I show this? This is bad, bro. Hold on. Okay, he did blur it. Alright.
7 scripted.
This is actually bad, bro. Like, who the hell does this guy think he is? I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of the shit that I did. Yeah, that's... And he just keeps going. What the frick is wrong with him? And Chief Keef is playing in the background. Of course, bro. Bro.
Covered in blood. Raja Jackson is a professional fighter who has unloaded, I counted 27 blows to an unconscious man.
Bro.
And they all are connecting. This is not like fake. It's not like he's pulling any of his punches. They are all hitting squarely on this man's skull, bouncing his head off of the mat.
That's...
And I said most of them were when he was unconscious. All of them are while he's unconscious. When I watched it back, it's clear that when he slammed him on the mat, his head hit the mat and it knocked him out immediately. So
Oh my God.
potentially more punches that he threw were on an unconscious man.
That man's not going to be the same. That guy is not going to be the same.
That can be fatal. That is most often
He literally might be brain dead after.
times fatal. And he wasn't done either. It's not like he just stopped and said, okay, well, that's plenty.
Bro, he might be the next Beetlejuice after that. Can never expect anything good out of Kikyo. Exactly, bro. Exactly.
He was still going. The only reason there weren't more punches thrown by him is because the other wrestlers were able to separate him. But he was fighting against them to go back and keep beating this unconscious man. He probably wouldn't have stopped punching him until his head popped like a balloon.
Bro.
It's extremely scary, and even if he does pull through, this could have life-changing repercussions with brain damage and so many other...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bro literally could have been Beetlejuice 2.0. Like, bro, Beetlejuice got smacked by a freaking metal chair, and ever since that incident from the WWE wrestler, he freaking became brain dead. This shit's no joke, bro. This is not a joke. This is serious shit.
We don't know yet. He apparently flatlined in the ring and is currently still in the ICU, and we don't have any updates. This is terrifying.
So we don't even know if he's okay or alive? Oh my God. You evil as hell for mentioning Beetlejuice. Buddy, everybody knows about Beetlejuice.
Stuff. Hello, it's Charles, first thing in the morning here, and we don't have a ton of official updates on the condition of that wrestler, but the father of Raja Jackson, Rampage Jackson, gave an update.
Rampage Jackson!
Saying that Psycho Stu, that's the name of the wrestler, is alive and is stable.
Oh my God.
And he also says that he's
Thank the Lord.
about his son.
The guy thought Raja was a wrestler and smashed a prop over his head earlier, and then they sorted it all out. And Raja said it's all good, and they set up like a friendly revenge thing where Raja could come in and slam him, but Raja was planning to beat his ass anyway. No, I'm not even gonna lie. Raja was 100% going to just like, it wasn't even about if it's scripted or not. Raja literally, you can just see pure hatred come out of him. That's literally just pure hatred.
In his statement, he doesn't clear up any misinformation.
That is not a...
Just confirms
Bro,
that
that's
everyone knows
actually
that this was
bad.
Completely out of control, inexcusable behavior that Rampage Jackson also doesn't condone. So I don't know what misinformation he thinks he's clearing up with this. He's just agreeing with what everyone else is saying, that his son went fucking berserk. I guess maybe the misinformation demon that he was exercising here was about his son actually getting like the permission for payback on Psycho Stu.
Sav, do you think the demons came inside of... Do you think the demons came inside of Raja? What does that mean, bro? What? Do you think the demons went inside of Raja? Bro, I don't know. I think literally the fact that he just kept punching after he was already knocked out, I think that's not even scripted. That's literally after that point it was just pure hatred.
Earlier confrontation. And what he's referring to there is they had like a little beef before the event started, and someone had told Raja Jackson that he could like double leg take down Psycho Stu in the ring and then throw like a fake punch, and that would be it to like settle the beef and create like this storyline. But Raja Jackson on stream on camera says that he is going to hurt Psycho Stu. He said he will not stop punching him until people yank him off of him. So he took that like pseudo...
That is way too far, bro.
invite like green light to be involved.
And this shit is being streamed on Kick? How the frick are they getting away with this shit? Buddy, there was literally a guy that was streaming on Kick the other week that literally just got freaking... He got killed. Live. On stream. He got jumped. And now we're allowing this?
Wrestling event as a permission slip to go brutally assault this man and beat him within an inch of his life. Like, I think you could also make a case that this is attempted murder. This was premeditated assault.
Yeah, no shit, attempted murder. What are you talking about?
That he planned on not stopping at any point until third parties intervened.
And that's not what they agreed on. They did not agree on, oh, I'm not going to stop punching until people yank me off.
I really think you could make like a real argument that he had went in there with the full intentions of killing Psycho Stu. That's
Yeah.
what it looks like to me.
Tell you guys this. They told me to hit him and just leave. Somebody will pull me off of him and leave. I'm telling you, I'm gonna hit him as many times as I can. Watch.
That's indefensible. You can see him literally planning it off the back of them giving him like the instructions for a work where he'd come in and he'd deliver like a hit, like a fake hit, and then he'd be pulled off and that'd be the end of it. And he is saying, but watch this, I'm going to keep punching him. Like he is blatantly stating this. It is very clearly a premeditated assault. And like I said, I really think his goal was to kill Psycho Stu there. It really seems like that was his mission. And you can't chalk this up to confusion where he was directed to do something but then just went a little far, like, mistakenly. He is, with his own voice, his own vocal folds, flapping with their own volition here. He is stating, they told me to do this, but instead, I'm going to do this. I'm going to punch him as many times as I possibly can. He is
This is why you can't have a streaming platform with relaxed rules. Exactly. So much bad shit happens. 100%, bro. 100%. I mean, bro, we've all heard about the controversy with Aiden Ross when he started streaming on Kick. We all heard about it. At least I think. Those who don't know, he literally streamed corn to his viewers on stream. So, and ever since that point, if I ever wanted to start streaming, because at that point I hadn't started streaming. When I saw that, I was like, if I ever start streaming, I'm not going to that platform. I'm not going to it.
Clearly that they told him one thing and he is not.
But, you know, Twitch just pushed out this view botting system where it kills all or takes all the view bots out. And that's making big streamers look like they're not big. And some of these companies pay for these big streamers to have view bots. So if you're looking at your favorite streamer and they have sponsors, most likely those sponsors are view botting their streams, which is why sometimes they get 50,000 viewers or 60,000 or 70,000 or 100,000. Just look at the FaZe boys. Now, it's not necessarily their fault. You can't blame them. You can't blame them because even chatters can view bot their favorite streamer. So it's one of those things where it's really bad, and then they released a thing as well on top of it where if your chat is not active long enough, your stream will not be pushed out as much as it usually would, which is also really bad. They announced that like 9 days ago on Twitch. Is really dumb.
He is going to punch the shit out.
But point is, Twitch has issues, but not to the extent where it's literally showing death on stream. Like Twitch, I think there might have been a few instances in Twitch's history, but this is literally within a week and a half. 2 people have almost died on Kick, and we're not concerned about this shit. So listen, from a company standpoint, I understand that it's like, oh, the more people that stream, the better. No. Because everybody thinks that they're going to be able to stream, and they just stream the dumb shit and the degeneracy, and then you literally see people die. You literally see people die because of pure idiocy and pure incompetence. How is this allowed?
Say that he just got confused with the stage directions here of the storyline. He is saying that he is going to go punch him as many.
The only way something like this is justified is if it happens to Steph. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Permitted to do like what they planned.
Bro.
It is premeditated assault by every possible definition. Now, what started all of this, and I've seen people joking about it, like, oh, haha, Raja Jackson must not know that wrestling is fake, and he thought the heel was being mean to his favorite babyface, so he took matters into his own hands. Tee hee hee. But what actually happened is Raja Jackson was touring the event and meeting the wrestlers backstage, and of course the wrestlers are all playing characters, and when it comes to wrestling, there's a little something called kayfabe. And so they are going to portray their character to the best of their ability and keep everything as authentic and genuine as possible. And Psycho Stu was in character and misunderstood that Raja Jackson was not a worker in the event.
Worried about him. You need to be worried about Psycho Stu.
Psycho Stu?
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
I think that's a little... Oh, you don't know it? He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it?
No, he's not a fucking worker, bro. What the fuck was that? Hold on. I don't play that shit. No, I will fuck him up.
I know you will. We're good.
And he takes it way too far when he takes a beer can. I don't know if it's like a real beer can or like one of those breakaway like stunt ones, but
Bro, it's literally literal man-child's, like, bro.
takes it and he crushes it on Raja Jackson's head. then you can see him get really fired up about it, and all the other wrestlers are also saying,
Why?
bro, what the fuck?
Why?
He's not like a worker here or anything. That was too far, and that's what started this. And then Raja
He slammed a beer can on Roger Jackson's head, bro.
Jackson waited until their match, then he stormed in and then beat him potentially to death for it. Now, I think if Raja Jackson had swung on Psycho Stu after the beer can thing, you could definitely make a strong case that he was acting in self-defense. Because
Yeah, but here you can't. Because it was literally probably an hour and a half later.
that is unexpected, it was unprovoked,
Man Child like the Sabrina Carpenter song.
and
Okay.
it was kind of a crazy thing for Psycho Stu to do, not knowing for sure if Raja Jackson was a worker in the event or not. It was a bad judgment call for sure from Stu. And he was just like way too fucking committed to being the heel. Like he was really deep into his method acting like fucking Shia LaBeouf style, and he did the beer can thing, and it was definitely over the line. But here's something a lot of people aren't showing enough of, that Psycho Stu was very apologetic when he learned that Raja Jackson was not a worker at the event. He apologized 3 times. They shook hands multiple times, and Raja said, like, hey, it's good, I get it. Multiple times. Meanwhile, he was just like bubbling with anger, waiting for his chance to fucking assault this man.
Don't fucking seal that.
Yeah, hey, yeah,
I'm sorry, bro. Hey, it's gonna all work out.
yeah, hello.
He said it's all gonna work out. In this moment, Roger Jackson said it's all gonna work out. Already right here he was planning his freaking get back.
We're working out. We're gonna come out on your matches. I know you keep thinking we're working. We're always working.
I get it, yeah. I get it now. Now you
You know what I'm saying? We're always working.
What a
He said I get it now. That's basically, nah, I understand it now. Bro. Already right there. He was literally
fucking worm. This is some slimy behavior here. This is some turbo ass. Raja Jackson is now pretending that he understands and forgives Psycho Stu, who is very apologetic, mind you. And he's explaining, like, look, I saw the cameras. I thought that this was like another work, that we were building a storyline, this and that. And Raja Jackson's like, no, I get it. And he's like shaking his hand and everything. Meanwhile, he is actively planning of assaulting this man, beating him unconscious and fucking leaving him eating meals through a straw.
Bro, he was probably envisioning doing this shit in that point, bro. By the time they shook hands the first time, he was already like, nah, I understand it now. Like, bro, that's literally basically what he said.
Bygones here, and that they're on good terms. That's fucking unhinged. And before showing you some more of the aftermath here, let me introduce you to Psycho Stu. I think you should get a little bit of the lore behind this wrestler that Raja Jackson beat so severely, hospitalizing in the ICU, and apparently caused to flatline in the ring.
Pro in 2009. I had just got out of the military, probably about 6 months earlier. I got out of the military, I joined Knox Pro, because I needed something to focus on. I needed something to help me adjust back into civilian life. A lot of veterans, it's hard for them to readjust into civilian life coming from the life of the military. I'm an American soldier that suffers from PTSD. Being in front of a crowd, it doesn't give me as much anxiety and aggression as I thought it would.
Yeah. Psycho Stu is a veteran who was suffering from PTSD and found wrestling as a means of escapism and fell in love with the sport. And now is currently hospitalized in the ICU, but apparently is stable, so hopefully Rampage Jackson is accurate with that claim, that he is alive and stable. That would be wonderful news. But what an unbelievable set of circumstances that led to his hospital.
That's me who beat someone, by the way. What are you talking about? What happened? Okay, I don't even know where to start.
Here. Yes, he made a mistake with Rampage Jackson's son here, not knowing whether or not he was a worker and still building the storyline anyway under the impression he was. But it's not a mistake that should have led to something like this, especially when he did everything in his power to try and rectify it and try and apologize for his mistake and explain why it happened.
He had already apologized, bro. Like, that's the saddest part about this, is he had already apologized to Raja Jackson because he mistakenly thought that he was a worker and already had known the plan. So it's so bad that you can't justify anything about this. You can't adjust a single thing.
And ensure that it was totally unintentional and there wasn't meant to be any bad blood or anything. And he thought
You cannot
that
justify this.
He did accomplish that, but clearly Raja Jackson didn't actually think so. He was just acting. Raja Jackson was flexing his thespian skills here when he was pretending that everything was okay between those two, because what he was actually doing was plotting a premeditated assault on Psycho Stu. Again, that potential argument of self-defense, that has poofed away like Timmy Turner's fairy godparents. That ship sailed a long
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. How is this shit even allowed? This is very concerning when it comes to the fact of, like, anybody can literally, bro, when I look at this shit, I'm thinking anybody can literally come up to you and just beat your ass. Literally anybody. It could literally be a premeditated assault for months upon months, they plan on visiting you, and they just freaking beat your ass because they don't like you, or you did something in the past that they didn't like, and then it was freaking over. It's to the point where people do not have any self-control. Like I'm not even gonna lie, the society as a whole has gotten so out of control and so unstable that we think that, oh yeah, streaming this shit, beating anybody up on stream, bragging about it, or doing stupid shit is perfectly fine. No, it's not. It's just not, bro. It's just not. And a society as a whole thinks it's okay if there's something on the other guy where they don't like. So
because he didn't act in response to the threat. Like, after the beer can was crushed on his head, which again he wasn't expecting, and that can be dangerous, but he didn't like act in the heat of the moment to defend himself from that or anything. Instead, he let it marinate, let his rage bubble up, and then waited for his opportunity to get revenge later. There is no longer a possible case of self-defense here. Like, yes, he was wronged, but he didn't like try and defend himself from that threat or anything. He pretended to like move on from it with the guy who did it, and then waited to attack him later. And I think you can make a very strong case that it was attempted murder. At the very least, it is a premeditated assault, and based on the things he was saying leading up to it, and based on the behavior in the ring when he was delivering 27-ish blows to an unconscious man's skull, I really think there is a strong argument to be made that he was in there doing that solely to try and kill him.
100%.
On stream, mind you, and you can even see him respond to the news that the guy that he just unloaded 27 punches on in the ring while he was unconscious is potentially flatlined.
Hello? Shit pissed me off though, Andre.
Nah, this man needs to be locked up, bro. He needs to be locked up. I'm not even gonna lie, the way he's walking around, you know he's nervous. You know he think that, bro, dude, there should be no tolerance for this shit. He's got blood all over his shirt.
My bad.
My bad. That's all we're gonna say is my bad? Bro.
I'll call you back later.
This guy does not seem to care at all. This is a fucking monster right here. In response to hearing that the guy flatlined, he just says, my bad.
Bro!
That's crazy. Kratos had more empathy for the people that he killed in very similar fashion, by the way, with like the unbelievable amount of blows to the head. But at least in Kratos' case, the people he was fighting, they were at least conscious. All of these were delivered to an unconscious man. A man who never even saw this coming, by the way, because he storms into the ring, grabs him, and then slams him. So it wasn't even a fight. But he walks away feeling so fucking tough and accomplished about it with no remorse at all for potentially killing this man.
Tired of motherfuckers playing with me, bro. Real shit. One of them little bitch and fucking bit me. I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro.
Nobody called you a bitch, first off, and second off, you need to get a grip, bro. You need to get a grip. How does a guy with PTSD that was in the army in the past have better control over his anger than a random man on the freaking street that streams on Kick? How is that freaking possible? No, this shit pisses me off because it's like, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna lock him up? Are they gonna lock him up? Because he should be locked up for this shit. That is really bad.
I'm standing up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro. Real shit.
You're not standing up for yourself. You're starting shit. You're starting shit. He had already apologized. If you're standing up for yourself, you would have freaking punched the guy when he smashed the beer can over your head. What? Brother, this doesn't make any sense. People do act like he's not tough and make him seem like he's a joke on stream all the time. So we definitely had a lot of anger bottled up from that. But he is an emotional baby. I completely agree. He's an emotional baby. First off, if you are literally taking offense to what people say on stream, I think you are. I mean, I understand that it can get to you sometimes, but don't stream if it gets to you. Don't stream. Take a week off. Take a day off. Take a break, brother. Dude, if it actually gets to you, take a break. You need to redo your freaking mental, bro. This man is an actual psychopath walking with freedom on the streets. I mean, dude, Imagine somebody just walked up to him and said, bro, you dress shitty, or brother, you walk like you're a schizo, or brother, you're weird, or just any of those comments. And at this point, other than the fight, I guarantee you he still would have snapped and punched the shit out of somebody. Because this was definitely a plan to do just to let his anger out.
He's walking away from this with his chin held high, extremely proud of what's unfolded here. It seems like
First off, you should never be proud about something like this. You're completely humiliating yourself on stream, and you're making yourself to look out to be a douchebag. That's what you're doing. You're making yourself out to look like you do not have control over your emotions, and anything around you can literally set you off.
might be
Like,
the happiest moment.
these are the types of people that freaking just go. This is the same type of person that has mental issues. I mean, because that's all this is mental issues. That would go into a school and literally, you know what? I mean, bro, it's the same type of mental shit. Because a kid gets bullied, he can't handle himself, and he gets so bottled up with anger, can't let it loose, and literally loses his mind. And then the next day, oh, he's on the main news because there was a mass shooting in a school. It's the same type of person. I don't care what anybody says. It literally is. I mean,
The way that he is perceiving this
like, I'd be Sav's ass, but I'd only do that for Sav.
is him standing up for himself. He is not able to
Bro.
have a grasp on the severity of what just happened here. He thinks that because the disrespect that he encountered earlier in the day, he was entirely justified to potentially murder this man. And by the way,
Yeah, this is literally the same type of mental issue somebody has that does a school shooting. Same person.
the wrestlers that were calling him a bitch, well, I imagine they were saying that because he basically sucker punched this guy potentially to death. The guy never even.
But
had
I get called a bitch all the time. You don't see me going out punching people to death? What, bro?
The ring when his back was turned, slammed him down, immediately knocking him unconscious. It wasn't even a fight; it was a surprise attack. So I imagine that's what he's referencing when it comes to the wrestlers like insulting him, and the one that bit him, with everyone that was like getting on top of Raja to get him away from Psycho Stu on the ground because he was still going back to try and make sure he was dead. It seems. Now in the rest of the clip here, one of the wrestlers from the event starts.
He has absolutely no remorse or no accountability for the shit that he just did.
Walking towards them, talking to them, trying to get them to stay. Probably until police get there would be my guess. But he is talking to them and he is shit talking, trying to goad him into staying. And he's like talking about like I'll fight you right now. And then it's a back and forth. But Raja Jackson reiterates that he wants to fight more of them there. He wants to continue to beat people within an inch of their life there.
No, he should be put in jail then.
It's scary. I cannot imagine a world where he does not go to jail for this. I really can't. Rampage Jackson has tons and tons of money, sure, but I don't know if he's going to be able to out.
Money doesn't matter. He's a freaking psychotic man running the street with freaking. He's literally running around on the streets, walking freely. The next person that pisses him off is literally going to get their shit beat out of him. This is not okay. He needs to be locked up.
Charges that his son just racked up here. Now, of course, I'm not a lawyer and I don't have like a magic crystal ball that I can ponder the orb of to see the future, but my guess would be that there will be attempted murder charges for this incident. Because, I mean, I really think it's like, it feels like that's what the goal here was when Raja Jackson was delivering these blows. I mean, I think at bare minimum, you're getting some serious assault charges. Like, no matter what, I think he should be thrown in the slammer for this. This behavior is completely unacceptable. He knew exactly what he was doing. He even on stream states what he's about to do. And he clearly doesn't stop until he is pulled off and then still wants to keep going. All of these blows delivered to an unconscious man, how could you possibly say this is anything other than him trying to kill him? It's fucking sickening. Now, like I said at the start of the video, I've recorded all of this pretty much immediately after it happened, so we still don't know how Psycho Stu is doing, if he's going to pull through from all this or not. But by the time I post this video, I imagine we'll have some kind of update, so I'll go ahead and put that at the beginning of the video. But as of right now, fingers crossed that he pulls through. Like, yeah, he definitely did make a big mistake with the beer can thing, but I don't think it's something that should have cost him his life here in this manner. This shit is
No.
unhinged.